from the beginning is that we're there to show them how to save thousands of dollars on their final expenses, right?
Right.
Okay, so when they tell me that I already have insurance, I already have coverage, I said, well, that's great, because with our program, you must have coverage. And what I told you in the beginning was that I was here to show you how to save thousands of dollars on your final expenses. So that $50,000 policy that you're telling me you have, guess what? I'm going to show you how to save that for your family and not have to take it into the funeral home. Because without the plan that I'm about to offer you, if you don't have this plan to protect that money, that $50,000, it's going to the funeral home first. And they're going to take as much of it as they can. And depending on when you pass away, if it's years from now, they might take all of it because the cost keeps going up. So I can show you how to save thousands of dollars on that plan. That's life insurance policy that you have, because what did you say it is? It's life insurance, and what does that mean? It's for your family. And I know you'd rather see this money go to your family than to the funeral home, correct? And always nod your head and you'll say correct.
Correct.
All right, well, I already have coverage at work.
Now that's great, but now let's be realistic about this. That coverage that you have on your job, first of all, it's a term policy, and it's for a certain period of time. And if you live long enough to retire from the job, when you do retire, you won't have that anymore. And if they do offer you the option to continue it, guess what? You're going to continue it at your attained age. And what's the usual age for retirement? 65. So can you imagine what you would pay for that policy at age 65? And then let me tell you this about your insurance on your job. I've seen it happen so many times. They require a death certificate. Our company is going to pay your beneficiary within 24 to 48 hours after your death without a death certificate. They will get a report of death from the funeral home. So your loved one, Beverly, you told me that Beverly's going to handle everything for you. Beverly will have that money in her hand. And let me show you something. Every time I say money in hand, I scratch my right hand, because that's where the money is, in the right hand, correct? She's going to have that money in her hand in 24 to 48 hours after your death. And she's going to be able to walk into that funeral home with cash money. So we have just relieved her of unnecessary financial stress.
Exactly. Well, now, my parents have coverage on me.
Now that sounds great. That sounds great. But now you're an adult. Come on, okay? Your parents have coverage on you. When did they take it out? When you were born? The Gerber plan? Okay. Now, and it's probably, what, about $1,000? Maybe $5,000. Do you think that's really enough? You're an adult now. I'm here to show you how to take responsibility so that you won't leave this burden on your children.
Well, I just have to add this. When they tell me that too, I say almost identical to what she said. But I said, so now, do you have coverage on all your children? Well, no. I'm taking them through college and everything. They can get their own. I said, so it's fair for your parents to have yours, right? They go, I never thought about that. Okay, so I can't afford it.
Oh, I understand. But let me show you what we have to offer, because we don't just come in and tell you that you will get this amount and you have to pay this amount. We custom this to fit into your budget. So let me get some information from you to see exactly how much you qualify for, and then you can tell me, because we're on a scale from 1,000 to 30,000. You let me know what amount is going to work in your budget on a monthly basis.
Well, I want to be cremated. So
Now that's great, and a lot of people are going to cremation now. But with cremation, this plan works for that also, because you still have to have the funeral home involved. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to be cremated, and that's it. No, the funeral home still has to bring you into their care and prepare you for the cremation, and there's the cost of the crematory, and then they have the transportation because you have to be taken to the crematory. So there are all of those costs involved with the cremation. Then that's great that you want to be cremated. That's your personal preference. and we will honor that. But it is important to know that this plan works well with cremations also.
Well, I already have enough coverage. I have enough insurance.
That's great, and you just said it, you have enough insurance. And remember, you said that insurance is for your family, and I want to prove to you that since it is for your family, that they will have that. Because if you don't have legacy to protect that insurance, it's not gonna all go to your family. So this is what I'm here to show you. I really want to save you thousands of dollars on your final expenses. And we can do that with the plan that I have because it's gonna work with and for the insurance that you have.
Well, I already have enough money saved up. I don't need it.
I hear that so much. You have enough saved up. How much you have saved up? You plan to die right now? Because what you have saved up is not going to cover your costs now. Okay? Because the longer you live, the more it is going to cost. You're not locking in the price on anything. It keeps going up. And funeral homes, they can raise the price as often as they want, as many times a year as they want. And when something happens, if you haven't done anything to lock in the price, you're going to pay exactly what's on that general price list. They are not going to give you any breaks. I had a funeral director tell me once that this family lost their beloved mother at the age of 85. And when they came to the funeral home, of course, they had no coverage on her. So they asked him, did he have a payment plan? Now, he said, what were you thinking about 20 years ago when your mom was 65? That she wasn't going to die? What were you thinking about when she was 75? That she wasn't going to die? Now, at 85, she's deceased. And you come in and ask me to do a payment plan. No, you're not doing payment plan. So sometimes you have to be that way with people so they'll understand the importance of this. I mean, the mother is 85 years old, and you didn't think about doing anything for your mom even 20 years ago, probably 65 when she retired. You didn't think to sit down and talk to her about this and her final expenses being taken care of, knowing that she no longer had insurance on the job that she had just retired from.
Well, I already have it covered because the military is paying for all my expenses.
Oh, I just love that. Because see, my husband was in the military. He used to tell me that all the time. You don't have to worry about me. The VA don't take care of it. Okay, well, I knew better because the only time the VA is going to bury you is if you die and come back. And so I'll say to the person, the veteran is telling me that, I'll say, now, Mr. Jones, is the parent, you didn't die and come back because you're sitting there talking to me.
What they're going to do, they are going to give you your burial space. They're going to give you your vault, your marker, and your opening and closing. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it went out.
We can't hear you, Brian.
Technician.
Hello, it's mine out too.
Technician.
support. Yeah, they're having a meeting out there.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Okay, I'll speak louder.
The mics went out.
The mics went out.